Here's my #1 tip to prevent the ice cream from falling off the cone. You just jam her in there. Yeah, that's never falling off. I'm making coconut ginger ice cream. You gotta watch this. I don't know who came up with this quote, but it's awesome. You can eat a treat as long as you make it from scratch. Now, maybe it was, I don't know, the Fun Guys at Ben & Jerry's, or maybe it was the Baskin & Robbins people, or it might have been the Dairy Queen. I don't know, but 2 thumbs up because I think it's a genius plan when it comes to eating premium ice cream, and that's what we're going to make on the show today. We're going to make coconut ginger ice cream, and big news, it's gluten-free. Yes, there's gluten in a lot of ice creams, but not in mine, and it's lactose-free for all the people who can't do dairy. I'm sorry, but I did create this recipe for you and for my son. And here's the big deal. You remember, I don't know if you do, but you should watch the episode where I tried to sell all those ice cream sandwiches around the street, and I rode around in my bike. Well, I'm not going to do that this time. No, I didn't make any money and I ate them anyway. But the point is, I'm not going to share this ice cream. I know that's terrible. And Scott sneaks all the best treats in this house. And so I'm going to hide it from him because he's like an ice cream freak. Okay? So Bob's your uncle. We're not going to tell him anything. All right. So, oh, hey, I am just so excited that I'm not a pioneer woman. I mean, I thought I wanted to be a pioneer woman until, you know, the whole outhouse thing came up. But anyway, to make ice cream, it was like an all-day affair. First of all, you had to have a day off. Second, you had to find a bucket, a big, big bucket, okay? Then you had to get ice, and ice was like a commodity back then, man. And then you had to chip it, and it took forever. And then you had to line the bucket with the ice, and then you put rock salt or pickling salt or some kind of big salt to make it cold. And then you had to put more ice, and then you had to go and make the custard, put it in a bucket, and then put the bucket in the bucket, and then stir it, because, you know, before churning came, they used to make it by hand, like with a wooden spoon or something. And they took out, it was the woman's job. I mean, no one's going to help her. She's churning and turning, and then hopefully, you know, by the end of the day, like, she could eat it in a bowl, right? Okay, so, I mean, I'm talking like an all-day affair. And they called that a treat. Well, they made it from scratch, but I call that tenacity. What I call a treat is my Breville Smart Scoop ice cream machine. It is genius. It's like put the stuff in, push the button, and it makes it. So all I'm saying is I'm really glad I'm not a pioneer and I've got this Breville. And we have a big surprise coming up at the end of the show. Stick around and see how you might be able to get a Breville ice cream machine. To make premium ice cream, you only need a few ingredients. I'm making a lactose-free one, so I'm using coconut milk. Now, coconut milk comes in different kinds of fat, all right? So you can get light, which is about 3 to 5 grams of fat per serving, or you can get the higher end, which is about 12 to 15, depending on the brand. I'm using full fat in this one, but you can totally do the light version if you want. But it's taking the place of, you know, heavy cream or whipped cream, which is what you would put into an ice cream that's made with milk. So you need fat. You need sugar. This recipe only calls for a quarter plus 2 tablespoons, a quarter cup plus 2 tablespoons of white granulated sugar. That's like hardly anything. And then I'm using some candied ginger that I've minced up. And an egg, because you have to make a custard first. So you're going to whisk up the egg. And then you're going to heat up the coconut milk. So we're just going to pour this into about a 2.5 quart pot. You turn the heat on, and then you're going to add the sugar, and you're going to stir it with a whisk until the sugar dissolves. It happens really quickly. And then when the milk starts to steam, we'll temper the egg. So the coconut milk and the sugar is starting to steam. So you're going to remove about 1/2 cup of the coconut milk, and then I'm going to whisk it slowly into the egg. Because if I add a cold egg into the hot milk, it'll curdle, and you'll basically have scrambled eggs. This is called tempering an egg. So when you've got the egg and the warm coconut milk mixed together, you're going to whisk that back into the pot. And then you won't have any cooked pieces of egg, because that would be gross. I'm going to stir this with a flat spoon. I like this wooden spoon so that nothing sticks to the bottom. And this takes anywhere between 3 to 5 to 6 minutes, depending on how high your heat is. I like to do it around medium because I don't want to scald it or burn it. But yeah, just be patient. It's not like you're a pioneer, okay? You don't want to boil this. You don't want to come to like a rolling boil, but you do want to make sure that the egg is cooked. So it has to kind of simmer. And when it's actually the right thickness, it will start to bubble. But one of the tricks is that you put a metal spoon in, and when it coats the whole thing without dripping off, it's ready. Okay, it's coating, but it's still kind of, I don't know, can you see that drip? It should not be even dripping, so it's not quite ready. So you can see how around the edges it's starting to bubble. That's perfection. Now I'm going to dip my spoon in, and you see it stays coated. So it's actually the right consistency. Excellent. So you're going to remove it from the heat, and then you have to chill it. So now we're going to chill it. It has to get the custard has to chill for at least 4 hours. And I like to make this overnight if I'm going to make ice cream the next day. Here's a neat idea. This is one of those canning funnels that I used when I make jam. And it's kind of a double function so that I don't spill this all over the place. Oh my goodness, that was so smart. And this is going to go in the refrigerator. And I know what you're thinking. You're going, oh my goodness, she forgot the ginger. No, I didn't, because on my Breville ice cream machine, a little bell dings, like an angel got his wings. And that's when I put in all my bells and whistles, and I'm going to put the ginger in then. Okay, into the fridge they go. All right, it's been chilled for 4 hours, and this is the little internal basket that or bucket that I'm going to put in, and this is basically the part that's churning it. So you stick it in right in there. And then I put it on when it was hot, so it's sealed. I'm just going to pour that into the ice cream maker. Now, if you have an ice cream maker at home, I mean, it's basically the same rules. But because the Breville one is like so smart, I don't have to do anything but this. So I'm going to go pour this in now and into the ice cream maker it goes. The ice cream is ready. Now you can serve it right out of this, or you can scoop it out and put it into containers and then store it in your freezer. I'm going to put it with my personal stash way far away from anything Scott will ever find, because I want to eat this. But, oh hey, eat it within about a week, because premium ice cream is better when it's eaten kind of within that first week. Oh, big news. Here's our giveaway. Our giveaway is for the Breville Smart Scoop. Woo! So exciting. Now listen, if you're a Canadian subscriber, give me your favorite ice cream with the hashtag homemade ice cream to enter. And we're going to have the draw on this date, and you have a chance to get this. And it's so, I mean, I love my Smart Scoop. Okay, so I'm going to go all pioneer woman, and I'm going to serve it in a bowl. No, I'm not. I'm going to put it in an edible bowl. Okay. Till next time, wishing you peace, love, and fiber.